And of course, this is a best of 3 scenario. So what's going to happen here is, oh, I think they're both ready here. So just like in all of our tournaments here, in this best of 3, if Take It wins this first best of 3 encounter, it pushes Tauric into his loser bracket life. Because remember, Tauric has not been to the losers bracket yet. If the best of 3 is won here by Tauric, that's it. Tauric will walk away the victor. So Take It has a massive uphill battle ahead of him, but has certainly had the fight to do this before. I mean, I am still not technically playing this, as we've been commentating a lot of the matchups here for Ultimate. So, we are in our Winter Beta Brawl tournament after all here. And, I mean, as we get forward with this game here, Lightning Maiden, or Shield Maiden takes the stage here, excuse me. I did want to say a big thank you to those who have competed so far in our event and had a lot of fun. I've seen a lot of cool decks, a lot of cool cards come into play here. Everyone's had an incredible showing, so thank you all for throwing down with us and really showing what this game has in store for us. Let's start it off right here. Shield Maiden taking a crack at the tower. A Kunai Warrior walking around on Tauric's side here. We know this card very well in the Blackguard sense. And of course, also new obstacles. Haven't seen these all tournament from our perspective here with Desert Archives as free card draw sitting on the board here. Can be quite dangerous. It'd be really funny if you use that Bring You Off to push the Desert Archives back into the Vault of Bravery and kill it. Theoretically, you can kill the Vault of Bravery before you activate it, right? You could just lose your coin purely by enemies knocking into it. But anyways, Kunai Warrior still on the board somewhere for Tauric. Can remove the Shield Maiden at this point. But Take It, meanwhile, completely switched up in strategy. Gone for the blue-yellow instead of the Warlock Pirate that we've known him for in this bout so far. Horseback Samurai going to meet the Shield Maiden. Brings out a Skeletal Duelist. Uh-oh. Which I believe has ambush, so it will just pop. Yep, it will pop a curse right to Take Its deck. Three, 2, 2, staring down on Take Its side here. War Lady Freya is the response, but that does leave the Horseback Samurai open. I'm back on Tauric's side here. 4 gold open. Has the ability to get a free unit out with an attack to castle. But are they worried about what the War Lady could mean? Oh, Horseback. Yikes. Talk about another free card. Kunai Master coming out, dealing some damage. Hitting into the Freya. Okay. Summoning a stealth unit from that. Could be Kage, could be a Killer Monkey, could be another Kunai Warrior for all we know. We are not sure. But the Skeletal Duelist does put another curse in Take Its deck, making 2. Ice Walker Giant. Woo! Uh-oh. There's the Spy Master. Whenever your turn ends, if the enemy castle is nearby, you draw that card. It's a good way to get some sneaky card draw in there, but that is the Ice Walker Giant. Whenever this deals damage, summon a penguin, and as a last will, you summon 2 penguins. So it dealing damage means that even interacting with any of these cards right now, if Tauric decides to attack into the Giant, it will summon a penguin. Either way, I don't think Tauric is escaping seeing a penguin at least once in this game. Never mind, we dissipate that back to Take Its hand, and that is devastating potential there. Bandit as well coming in, could steal cards. I mean, we do have the Blackguard of Spy Master on the board, allowing Bandit to utilize the ambush effect and just stealing a card outright. Ninja Training as well, getting some more card draw. Duelist Kunai Master still yet to attack and impact the board here, putting at most take it down to 4 HP. This might be a quick one. Monkey on board. Kunai pushing up, same with the Duelist. 4 damage on the curse in deck, passing it back. Any sort of way that we can... No, that's it? Stab the 5, and that's going to be game. And so far, Tauric up 1 in our best of 3. Dangerous, as one more win, and Tauric will be declared our winner of the tournament. But of course, in the way is one more match with Take It. Has to reassess, maybe rebuild a little bit here. I did feel like that deck didn't do as much as I think Tauric would have liked. Excuse me, Take It would have liked. Tauric's deck was fine, but... Ugh. Yeah, very, very bit of a slow start there for Take It, which kind of ultimately cost him, as those Samurai put out multiple effective units like Spy Master, Duelist, ones with Ambush that could easily and readily attack the castle. But yeah, we'll now see Take It go ahead and switch right back over to the bread and butter, the Warlock Pirate deck, meeting the Pirate Ninja Theft. Oliphant in the middle here. Will this be our game-ending match? Our tournament-ending match? Who knows? We have yet to find out. Bandit turn 1 is going to be a great start, though, for Tauric. Well, the Bravery, Merchant's Favor. Ooh, alright. Sure. Gold gain is gold gain. Pass right back over. Into state, yep. Getting some draw, some treasure established. We know this is what Take His deck does. Establish goal advantage and utilize that to the best he can. Killer Monkey now stealthing on board somewhere. I don't see a pass back. Molten Pillar. And once again, another pass back. Getting a bit of a slower start here, but will the Killer Monkey reveal itself? We are starting to do a big spell, though, in turn 6. I gotta wonder if it might be... Oh, alright. Well, whatever it is, it will be maybe delayed. Molten Pillar dissipated back to hand. Kage now on board as well. I wonder if there's an idea to blow up the lava font and thereby... Oh. Oh, okay. Or just clean house. Dragonfire to Bandit. Pops the Kage as well as the Killer Monkey. Yeah, perfect. Perfect board clear. I mean, I guess you would have liked the Molten Pillar to be there to provide you an extra fire drake to keep yourself on the board, but hey, you know what? It works. Clear out all the units before they become a problem. Horseback Samurai now for Tauric. Can pop into the lava font. Summon a unit. Will that be the play? We see the hesitation. And it once again, though. Happy New Year to our friends over in Finland. Thank you, Al. Thank you, thank you. Yes, we are doing this on New Year's as well, so hopefully you guys are having a good New Year's Eve and are ready for 2026. Skeletal Swabby hit the board here after another Dragon's Fire from Take It, who burns off the Samurai as well as the Bandit. Both Bandits now, I believe, removed from the deck. It's going to be a massive disadvantage for Tauric moving forward. We know a lot of that strategy relies on the cheap Bandit theft to get the value from Black Market. Oh! Cloak of Fire into the Molten Pillar will give, again, Take It some good board presence here. Swabby and Fire Drake now at 2-2. And yeah, we kind of hinted at it. I don't think I finished the thought on that. Swabby being repeatable ramp that can easily synergize too with the Sea Hags. Very, very dangerous. Speaking of repeatable ramp here, here's Treasure Hoarder. Just free, I sit in the back and I can gain a lot of treasure, or gain a lot of gold. Beautiful. And there's Swabby again. There is blood in the water that Take It smells, and Tauric, pushed to 3 cards in hand, might not be able to deal with it. Or I could lie and just see a Loki. A Loki is, you know what? Good luck indeed. I would say good luck too, because now Black Market has reduced the cost of all of these cards in Tauric's hand. It has a fresh set to work with. My pleasure, Ruby. My pleasure to bring you guys this incredible action, and for those of you who have not seen a lot of Ultimate yet, of a preview of what's to come, perhaps, when the game goes live, when the game launches. Loki, though, going to be the only card played here, it looks like. A Loki pass. This does give Take It a lot of opportunity to hit in now. We'll see if these Swabbies get used at any point to increase the ramp potential. Oh, or just Dark Suns the Black Market away. You know, that... Oh, even bolder. Bring the Loki back to his hand. I mean, sure. And of course, all the damage is possible being thrown down here. Treasure Hoarders, Swabbies, everything getting pushed up here into what might be a game-ending push. The Black Market being blown up is probably the last thing that Tauric needs. Mortar dealing 2 damage, gaining a treasure, hitting out the Molten Pillar. Oh, Rakanoth! Has 3 tombstones, yeah, is able to just hit against, yeah. That's a board clear. That's a heavy board clear. Jeez. Another all-star of this tournament, I swear. Rakanoth has been dealing some absolutely brutal bombs throughout this whole event. Lava Giant going to come in. I mean, Takeitboy doesn't really need that much damage on Tar's castle, so it could just be a matter of, like, pushing some Lava Giants up, a little bit of extra burn, and that could be the game. But again, has to have those resources in hand to do it. Meanwhile, Rakanoth can pull off another big explosive here. 5 damage, has 1 tombstone in reserve. Kunai Warrior being pushed up. Dangerous to put the Kunai Warrior out there with some of the tombstone synergies, but... You know? I mean, yeah, especially scary, because you could just have something walk into the Lava Giant, right? Trade into a tombstone and make that Rakanoth damage just be even stronger. Hag brought back to hand. We pass back to Tauric. I'm like on the edge here. I'm kind of wondering, like, is this just where the game could end right now? Potentially? Do we have ways? Dread Pirate popping into the lava font. We're trying to clear the font in order to make room to get to the Lava Giant. Yeah, Rakanoth has been an absolutely brutal all-star of this event. Dark Sun destroying the Lava Giant, banning it from the graveyard. Rakanoth pushing in for some extra damage here. There's the Kunai Warrior revealed with the 1 burst damage from the Rakanoth explosion. I would have thought that maybe we get another one in there, so that way we could kill off the Kunai Warrior, but... Kage the card to throw down yet again. We pass it on over to to Take It, excuse me. My bad. Take It does have a unit directly on here. If he can get away to just chop in, it just might be over. Dread Pirate. Popping into the Robin. Robin for Robin. Opens up the castle. Cloak of Fire. That's not enough. One more. Oh, right. Because Kunai Warrior can deal the damage. That deals 1 damage to all nearby enemies, including the castle. We can destroy the castle, and that's going to be game for Take It Boy. GG's. Well played. And that does push us to a game number 3 for both of these competitors. Whew! Rocketoth almost being the saving grace, but enough value out of the Kunai Warrior will be enough to take it. Very, very well done. Very well played. And yeah, geez, we move into our 3rd game of the first best of 3 here. Now, of course, if necessary, the winner, if Take It Boy wins, Tauric gets pushed down to his loser bracket life, and we do another best of 3. However, if Tauric wins right here, the tournament is over, and he will be declared the winner. So really a must-win scenario for Tauric, and a survival match for Take It. If he knocks off the first life, there is room to claim victory. And Take It is persistent. So let's see what game number 3 has for us. Killer Monkey will be the way they start us off here. Stealth unit running around, 4 damage for 1. Very nice. Merchant's Favor being played here. Using that vault to kind of maximize on the goal early. Very smart. Can understand why. Monkey, I can hear him footstepping around somewhere. And a Kage as well to boot. Sure. Very good. Very nice. State going down, passing it back over. Getting that treasure early. Sure, it will help. I hear them both moving around, though. Those are sneaky stealth units. Theoretically, Kage could attack, reveal, and put a bandit into play, but no, we'll go Black Market. The all-star of the steel component working its way into the game here. Dread Pirate as well for Take It now. First visible unit on the board. Shoots the castle. Not the castle, excuse me. Shoots the Desert Archive. It looks like a castle. It looks like a deserty castle, alright? Give me a break on that one. Of course, we'll generate a extra card here. Spy Master stolen from Tauric's deck. Another stealth unit here. One that could draw some more cards to take its advantage. Very interesting. Very peculiar. Oh! Hello! There is Kage, I think, revealed off the Spy Master stealth? But that is a collision. Yep, revealing the Spy Master right over there. With the Kunai Master, very smart, very nice. But now how do you proceed? What do you try to use your damage on? You do have 2 damage in the Kage. You can use that to pop a unit here. Kill off the other one, give yourself a clear board, and you still have the Killer Monkey hidden, which will take out the Dread Pirate. The counter's being used to kill off the Spy Master, using the Desert Archive to draw again a counter back on Kage, and a turn will be passed there. Alright. Clearing off the board for the most part. Take It just left with the Merchant Estate here, which is a good card. But you can kind of keep draw supported in these high costing decks. Molten Pillar in the past, though. We go back to Tauric now. Does Tauric try to utilize more Kage damage while he's got the counters before it gets burned off or easily destroyed? Can also very easily just kill off the... Oh! Well, dissipate the Molten Pillar again. And can pay 2 to utilize these 3 counters we have now. Instead opting to Privateer. Alright. Privateer works, but that is a Lava Giant. Lava Giant means a clear board. All units have been destroyed. Kage, Robin, no. What just going on? Privateer, Kage, and the Kunai Warrior. No. Kunai Master blown up. Pardon me. I mistook the Warrior for the Master. Oh! Uh-oh. There it is. There's the combo. 2 black markets in play and 1 bandit to pop some steal effects. Dark Sun removing one of those problems, popping in with the popping one of the black markets with the Dark Sun. Very nice. The Sea Hag aggro comes once again. Marauder's Fortune into the God of Mischief. Loki hits the board here, stealing more cards out of Take It side here. But more importantly, there's a Lava Giant on your face, my friend. I feel like that is a pressing matter that we should attend to. Dread Power going to come out here, maybe hit... I don't know what you hit here. I guess it really depends on if you take out the Lava Giant this turn, which I don't think you can. Unfortunately, Robin's not a blackguard, so that does not trigger off the bandit here. Cloak of Fire burning off the Lava Giant. I think maybe we're trying to get maybe the Sea Hag destroyed with that, but we'll pop into the Lava Giant here, dealing some more damage to it. Down to 2 HP on said Lava Giant. Mortar for free, gonna pop the remaining life, gain extra treasure in the process. Loki to guard this incoming Sea Hag. Treasure Hoarder in the back, stolen as well, since that was a free Treasure Hoarder. Merchant's Favor, increasing max gold, just because you can do it. Good to have extra gold for next turn. 1 card in hand, 1 treasure remaining. Does Tauric play the card? Does not. We'll pass back. And now, of course, Take It, having a grip of unknown cards to him. Will that play to his benefit? Horseback Samurai is a big one. Horseback Samurai dealing the damage, pulling out a stealth unit. Sea Hag able to interact with the Loki if we want to, but I don't know if we will. Desert Archive getting popped here for Dread Pirate Robins, so some more draw perhaps, and another theft. Okay, Loki isn't also part of the Blackguard. Ninja Training, select the card and draw it for free with that stolen, I believe, right? Does this account for all? No, your stolen cards cost less. Ooh! There's the Kage, cleanly removes the Loki, opens up the door for Take It Sea Hag to pop in and deal some extra damage. Opts to hold back, though. $10 gold now in Tauric's direction. No Blackguard, I believe, to trigger... Actually, no, the Treasure Hoarder is a Blackguard, but a way out of range to interact with all these other cards. Maybe that's why the Sea Hag was kept in reserve. An attack by the Sea Hag would have opened you up for the Treasure Hoarder to attack, which thereby is a way for Bandit to pull off its sneaky steal, and, you know, with a reduced cost, be very dangerous. Molten Pillar being played now, another stolen card. Bandit opting to retreat, though. Now he uses the Cloak of Fire there on that Treasure Hoarder in the back. Has enough reach to kill off the Sea Hag, protect his castle a little bit more. Fire Drake also moving up off of the Molten Pillar. Privateer as well. Also held back, because I believe it is also a Blackguard. So we're trying to keep things in reserve a little bit to try and utilize this theft here. Take It, though, often maybe close the game out now, as pushing with Dread Pirate, pushing with a Kage as well, perhaps. We see him hovering over the idea of that. Oh, hello! No, that is a Rakanoth in play. I believe that it is not enough. Samurai a bit out of position to close out the game here. It does give Tauric one more turn. We're facing down on a Rakanoth, Kage, Robbins, as well as Samurai. I don't really think there's much room here to get away. Unless you happen to steal a board wipe, which would be beyond me for 2 gold. That ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it. And Take It wins his first best of 3 to advance and sort of take out the extra life on Tauric here. Who I believe, yeah, no, we have to go in now for the second round of the best 2 out of 3. Take It has scooped away the win after losing that first game, has come back strong in the next 2, but now has to do it 2 more times in order to get the W. So, folks, will it happen? Both players can take a moment if they need to reset before facing off. But yeah, we have one more set in store. Will this be it? Will this be Take It's comeback time? We don't know. We don't know. All right, both players are at it yet again. They are ready. There it is. Alrighty, and again, the same matchup. Both players really trust in their decks. For Taking, it makes sense. But Tauric is still committed to that theft, even if it's going to kill him. And Take It starts off strong. Treasure Hoarder, turn 1, going to go ahead and ramp out some gold very early for him. Very nice. Tauric with the Bandit. Both players in exceptional turn 1s for them. Exceptional turn 1s. Take It will pass turn 2. Nothing to do with the 3 gold, surprisingly enough here, but that's fine. Bolt being cracked on Tauric's side here into a Kunai Master, popping the Treasure Hoarder. Smart call there. Only 2 targets on the board after all, and if you can pop both of them with a bit of extra damage, especially with one of them being 1 HP, makes sense to ramp into it. Is also a Blackguard, I believe. So it does provide value here for the Bandit to start stealing from the deck here. Swabby is the response. But I don't know if it's the safest play to make. As the thing is, too, the Blackguard needs to attack. Doesn't have to be the castle that needs to be attacked. It can just be the Bear Hog cages that will trigger the Bandit theft. Yep. So now, Kunai Master, Blackguard able to pop in here. Moved out of the way is Swabby, so the castle is open. Meaning the Swabby could have some uses for discard ramp later down the line here. But Tauric doing just what he wants to do here. Stealing off with the Bandit very early on. And all it just needs to get in play is some black markets to really reduce those costs and start steamrolling. Ooh, Dragon's Fire though. Smart. Excess damage going to both the remaining 2 HP units. And providing a clear board for Take It, moving into turn 4. Moving into turn 5, excuse me. Tauric's turn 4 is going to be Spy Master with the Killer Monkey in play. 2 stealth units on the board here. We'll see where Take It decides to go. Molten Pillar. Discards a card to get some ramp, I believe. We've seen Tauric in the past dissipate the Molten Pillar. We'll see if he goes that strategy again. Spy Master popping the Schwabi. Revealed himself to the world here. Makes sense. He's up ahead on cards anyway, so a little extra is fine. Bandit with the Ambush Steal, though. Spy Master is a Blackguard, so that does mean Bandit Steal does proc. Ninja Training, I think, looking for his black market, perhaps. Not enough gold to play at this turn. Does dissipate the Molten Pillar, though. Does want to slow Take It's Fire Drake value down, you know. He understands that Take It has to maybe board wipe using spells If you can limit that with the, you know, by dissipating the Molten Pillar, it helps. It really does. Lava Giant, though, will clear out the rest of Tauric's board here. Spy Master, not strong enough after the combat. Bandit and Killer Monkey being killed off as well by the just big stack of damage Lava Giant is providing to the board. And there's one black market. Skeletal Duelist now on the board as well. Will it intercept the Lava Giant? Does cloak here. If he has another cloak, it can kill the giant. Instead, opts to just connect into the Bear Hog cage, though. We'll put the Bear Hog, or no. We'll put the curse in the deck, even if they're attacking the Bear Hog cage. Swabby, another stolen card here being played out now. Seems to take its ramp has gone over into Tauric's hands. Not sure if that's going to matter, though, because if Takeit has the payoffs to the treasure, it may not make sense to just have the treasure. Or the ramp, excuse me. Dark Sun eliminating the black market from the board here. Again, we understand how valuable and scary that can be, so we're going to remove it. Duelist being popped by the Lava Giant here. Dread Pirate freeing one of the Bear Hog cages as well with the remaining HP that it had on it. Another curse going in to take its deck. But we'll see. We'll see. Squabby not alone. I mean, alone enough to deal with the Lava Giant. I'm not sure if there's anything really else going on. And Tauric's also a little low on cards. Only 4 in hand. And not known to have a lot of board wipe based cards, I think, in this deck. Does have Kunai Master, though. Kunai Master can maybe do something to clean up the board here. Another Duelist we'll see instead. I will pop Dread Pirate, another curse going into the deck here. Cloak of Fire, popping the Lava Giant. Enough stats on Schwabby to kill off the Bear Hog as well. Very well done. Board clear successful, and now we throw it back to take it. Also 4 cards in hand. What can he do to follow up? Summon a Rocket off. That's, yep. That is certainly a scary card. Board clear, another Bear Hog summoned to the board. Sea Hag aggro, once again, makes itself known. And even more of a dangerous predicament to pass back against Tauric with. No black markets in hand to make that Cloak of Fire cheap either. He might be continuing to get Cloak of Fire back into the hand, but it does cost him 3 every time to use, and he's a unit to use it on, so... He can maybe put that Cloak on a unit, kill off the Sea Hag, but still doesn't have a way to clearly defend from another Rakanoff burst. Which seems inevitable at this point. And even then, you don't have to get the castle if the castle isn't open. You have another Bear Hog cage behind you. You can pop that, destroy it, summon another Bear Hog. Here comes Dread Pirate, Cloak of Fire, yep. This will also take out the Bear Hog in the back, too, allowing to target another card from the opponent's deck. 3 gold to play. Can you play it is the question. Nope, it goes back. Goes back to take its side. Card could not be played here. Now Rakanoff looking to feast on the castle. Oh no. That's the comment, and that is enough damage on the board to be a game ender. Oh no. The comet streaks across the sky for a take it victory. Very well done. God damn, it's been brutal to watch this red-green deck do work, but I mean it works. Pirate ramp into big warlock payoffs is just how the deck is rolling and operating with immense success here. So, yeah, and at that point there is one more game to play, and we are not. Yeah, We are not waiting any longer. So here's the deal here. One more take it victory, and the tournament is over in his favor. Tauric wins to go to the final matchup here. So right down to the nail biter are these two competitors here. And Tauric has switched up. Looks like we have a blue-white deck from Tauric, which I think we saw in the original game. I think the first game we saw with Tauric in it was the blue-white, so I think this might be a return to that. So, I mean, but it makes sense. You got to switch up at this point. If you lost the same matchup 3 times in a row, you got to bring something new in here to kind of keep things fresh and maybe throw a little bit of an unpredictable curveball into the mix here. Thunderstorm from the Call Storm, it looks like, on Tauric's side here. Going to pop the Sea Hag. Merchant to Safe being the card to play on turn 3. Get some treasure going. Saving the Grave Call because we can always do it later. There's no rush to do that, that Sea Hag play. Now we throw it back to Tauric here, who did some of the Thunderstorm. Does he have any synergies with the Thunderstorm, perhaps? Yeah, that's a Field of Screams. That is 3 Sunflowers on the board and ready to go. Of course, each being buffed a little bit by the Storm's effects. All being played as well here. 2 of them could pop that Bear Hog Cage next turn if they want to, but it really depends on what if Takeitboy has. 5 gold, 1 away from the Lava Giant to really be devastating here, but we're not at that point yet. Setting up the Molten Pillar, though, for a pass back. Recognizing the Tauric doesn't really have the Dissipate this time to force those back into the hand, so feel safe about playing it, which makes sense. Things could get interesting here if we do enough healing on... well, actually, no, because the Sunflowers are only a once per turn heal. They only gain a singular point of healing damage, which is still 8 damage. Don't get me wrong. But we'll see here. Looks like the Sunflowers are moving in. That's a 3 chip on 1. 3 chip from the other, bringing it down to 13. Bear Hog Cage can give a bit of damage as well. Sure, I mean, that's fine. A little dangerous, though, with the fact that Robins exists in this deck. You could be giving Robins the extra bit there to free the Bear Hog. But that is a big threat running down the board here. A 4/4 Living Vine. Regenerate Lifesteal. That will be enough to defend himself here. And the Sunflower back here also getting healed up to defend itself against the lava damage. I guess the regenerate triggering on the vines protect the Sunflower? I feel like they should have all been blown up at least, but... sure. Thunderstorm has subsided now, so these cards going back down to 3/3s. Can still trip the Lava Giant if they want to. But we'll see if Tauric has maybe another way. Ooh! Yep, for a Thunderstorm to come back out. Very nicely done there. Oh, jeez. Yup. Oh, is that it? Yeah, that's it. God damn. Whoa. Let's review that. Hold on. Let's go back for a second here. That's a card I don't think we've seen yet, or have not seen a lot of. That is Maul. For 1 gold, make a friendly unit attack a nearby enemy unit and give it a +2/+1 boost this turn. Enough damage combined with the Stormbind to let the vines kill off the giant and have enough damage in its normal attack to swing over and deal a shit ton to the castle. That is ridiculous damage, folks, and that is going to be a game for Tauric, pushing us into Game 3, which is already underway. They are right into it here. The green-white returning for Takeitboy. Blue-white once again for Tauric. These two, final match, new decks completely, will settle things here. Berserker, turn 1 for Tauric, a card we haven't seen yet before. Well, this card has a 4 more attack. It gains +3 health and Rampage. A card that synergizes very well with things that just create boosts of attack here, which we know this deck is very capable of. Can do things like the Maul to give it more damage, or Stormbind, which we've seen a lot of so far out of the Thunderstorm decks. Could be very well the case. Thunderstorm now in play. Berserker doesn't really benefit off that, but that's fine. Not afraid to push up, though, and meet this treasure hoarder face-to-face here. Recognize the Take It, utilizes the ramp in these early turns, and is trying to figure out if he's willing to sacrifice the little guy for the sake of his treasure, which he is, looks like. Hoarder will be sacrificed. Voyager coming out now to meet the incoming Stormseer. No ambush on Voyager, though, so it looks like it will be just hanging out for a minute, which is fine. It is protecting the castle after all, in that shielding area. We throw it back to Tauric now, who has some options perhaps in front of him. Maybe can easily pop the Voyager. I mean, we know that if it's the lightning-based deck, there's probably some bolts in here somewhere. Now what a Field of Screams is. Another burst of sunflowers into the board here. And Stormseer are actually pushed out of the way, it looks like. Interesting. I guess maybe trying to get a use out of these bear hog cages, perhaps. Voyager connecting with one of the sunflowers. Another Field of the Screams, though, being played on Takeit's side here, synergizing with the Storm. Playing some flowers defensively, too, though. Interesting. Keeping them out of harm's way for the most part here. No way that they can interact with each other on this turn. If Tauric wants to push in, Takeit will have the advantage of interacting with the sunflowers. We also can pop a bear hog cage if we want to here on Tauric's side, if that might do us any good. Temple of the Five Gods going to be great with all these Field of the Scream sunflowers to get some easy counter synergies. Stormseer going down, popping the bear hog cage, releasing the bear hog to get some... Yep. Just like that. Even go ahead, tap that sunflower in the back there too to, again, additional counters, gain some value off this temple, which we haven't seen it reach the counter threshold yet, but when it does, destroy it, draw 2, and gain 2 treasure. Big tree folk play, though. Ancient Arbor, heal your castle for 3, and of course it's going to boost all these sunflowers up here, stomping right through the enemy here. Sunflowers trading with the Stormseer and the Bear Hog, leaving one sunflower alone against 3 and a giant tree. Sunflower, though, Thunderstorm is up, though, so they are returning to normal stats, 3-2, 3-1, and 6-6. Still impressive, although that Sunflower can make a trade if he wants to. I'm curious on how Tauric's going to have a stop for this giant tree coming in, though. Because that is certainly scary, and with only the 2-1 to block by turn 5, it ain't easy. It ain't easy for sure. Sunflower going down, freeing the Bear Hog from the cage here, getting another unit on his side of the board here. Makes sense. You want some units to protect yourselves. Maul to give the Temple of the Five God its 5th counter, drawing 2, creating 2 treasures, giving himself some more options. Smart. Although I know you wanted to save that Maul for when it's, big game swing, potentially closing out. Bit of a trade-off there, but I hope it's worth it. Ooh, Tyrannical Gorilla. Another Berserker as well for the Bear Hog. For those who don't know what the Gorilla is, has 2-2 and Rampage, while the unit with 4 or more attack power is in play. So actually benefiting off the Ancient Arbor that Takeit has on board right now. Sunflower going to go ahead, pop Bear Cage, big Tyrannical Gorilla, and the Ancient Arbor will come to blows here. Will likely be the trade here, unless you have a Call Storm. Call Storm perhaps going to be able to group these 3 units together and maybe zap them all for a bit of damage. I don't think keeping the Bear Hog alive is the worst thing. But getting rid of the Ancient Arbor should be pretty apparent by now. It is up close and personal. It is breathing down your neck. Alright, well, there's a Storm Strike. Let's give Tauric a bit of extra draw here, but I don't know if that's going to be what you're looking for out of the Chain Lightning, unless you have a way to group them together again. 7 gold in hand. Yeah, no, that's going to do it. Call Lightning will zap away the Ancient Arbor. The flower gets a little stronger, but that's fine. And a Yarm Giant in play. Give a random friendly unit +1/+1 for each Frost or Lightning spell cast this game. So giving the Yarm Giant that own boost. Be pretty helpful. Beneficial, even. Berserker, meanwhile, just charging straight forward. Hurricane, though. A great board clear for Takeit. Able to put the 4 on face once again. That Sunflower wiping out the Yarm Giant and the Berserker. Not have to worry about anything. Maybe could have gotten the Bear Hog damage before sack. Actually, no, because the Yarm Giant was guarding the castle, so no way to actually get that damage to connect. War Lady after a Lightning Bolt, pushing all the way up. And you got to feel for Tauric here, who is unfortunately left in a bit of a rougher position. Loch Ness just going to stomp right on through Freya. Sly Fox stealing cards from the deck here. Going to pass it back after that. Oh, this slays an enemy unit. Heal for 1. Yep. Which it did. It did just stomp right over, but no damage was dealt, so... Oh no. Sunflower in the deck. Oh no! Does Takeit have a way to clear this out? I mean, it's not game. There's no lethal damage presented here yet. It's only 7, but I understand where Tauric's coming from. There's only 1 card in hand. There's not a lot to recuperate with. Sly Fox hitting in for 2. Then Loch Ness killing off the Sunflower. Ancient Arbor moving in. Bounty of the Earth. Yeah, I think at this point, if there is no removal for any of these units, it's going to be game. There's enough damage precisely on board for 14. Feel the Scream, Small. Alright, hey, look, that works. Gets rid of 2. Lethal damage is prevented after all. Of course, Thunderstorm is up here. Dreadpire going to go ahead, take a pop at the Sunflower. Chain Lightning, though, most likely stolen from Tauric. That's going to be... that's it. Chain Lightning's going to carry through, connect to the Sunflowers. Loch Ness and Ancient Arbor. Even Murkon get in there, too. Sure, why not? Big swings all around, and that will be Takeit's victory in Grand Finals. Congratulations, Takeit, for winning our Winter Beta Brawl. Hold on. Good. I gotta get everybody wants here. There we go. There we go. GG's. Takeit. Well done. Congratulations.